Israel is attacking almost all countries. We have to remember one thing: Qatar is a member of Gulf countries, Qatar is a member of OPEC, Qatar is a member of OIC, lot of organization. Qatar has the image of building negotiation and peace between the conflicts areas. Now Qatar is under attack.
Thank you. So my point is like it's a threats to the countries who wanted to mediate in the conflict. Is this, I mean, not encouraging for the mediators, like this kind of situation, like when Israel and Palestinian conflict for a long time, particularly since 2022. So this is like I think a threat to the mediators, like who wants to try to resolving the crisis. So this is really shameful attack by Israeli authorities. And secondly, it also proved that Greater Israel ideology, that Israel is always try to doing so. They after the Palestine and Gaza, they attacked in Syria, they taken the control of the Golan Heights, and now they are also threatening the integrity and national sovereignty of the Gulf countries and other Arab countries. So this is a complete violation of international rules and regulation, and also like the proving that Israel is in aggression mode, and they are very much reason of the instabilities in the Middle Eastern region. And thirdly, this is also like probably Qatar's efforts or mediation doesn't release their escorts that taken by the Hamas. So that's why their frustration is going around on this issue. But the ultimate problem is their own effort. They are not stopping this Gaza war. They are creating, lots of people are dying on foods and due to lack of foods and hunger. They are creating a artificial famine there. So that's actually the heart of the conflict, which is Israel tries to denying, and they ultimately threatening the efforts that mediator is doing to resolve crisis international by negotiation. So this is totally a shameful and brutal attack, and I think it's a threat to international law and order, peace and stability, and also further escalate the Middle Eastern region.
See, American allies started to believe that they are not safe from the other American allies. This is a huge example right this moment, and mistrust is going to be creating among the NATO members as well, because under the leadership of Donald Trump, United States, the leader of NATO, is not trustworthy to the other NATO members. We will see some of the glimpse in upcoming United Nations General Assembly this time. What is your views on that?
So I think the Alaska conference that taken place between Donald Trump and Putin last month was like one of the significant point that you raised. So the European countries try to settle the issues with America together and resolving the conflict, and the 26 European states, they are now in a move to give security in Kiev, particularly if the negotiation takes place, no further attack is taken place. So on the other hand, in Alaska conference, Donald Trump himself gives in his own term, he is trying to put in the conflict in his own terms, which is without the negotiation, without the consultation of the European countries. So that's why the mistrust that you raise, that is the point. Like the European countries are not consulted when Donald Trump put his terms to Putin or put his terms to Vladimir Zelensky. So that's why some mistrust is going on, and also US is always try to maximize its own interest above other partners that we are seeing over the years. Like all the European countries is their partner in 2001 war against Iraq and many other international conflict and areas. But on the other hand, US support to the European countries is taken place by maximizing their inflation, by taking more price for their oil and gas that has been imported from US. That's why although Europe is very much in conflict, but US is benefiting. US is maximizing its own interest over this conflict. So that's why this mistrust and this distrust.
What extent are tariffs being used as geopolitical weapons? I use the word geopolitical weapons rather than purely economic measures and behaviors.
I think in this case, like what's going on at the moment, US versus globe, it's like both. It's both. USA his own economy is shrinking. I know the debt the US have is mount rocketing. So the dollar's value of, I mean, US is very much shrinking over the last few months, and US economy is like jeopardized because there are war investment, like the investment they did in the Ukraine, investment they're doing in Israel. So that's there. I mean, huge amount of American money is going to escalate and going to patronize this conflict, and that's why American economy is in crisis, particularly the debt issues they are having. So to overcome the debt issues and like the dollar's value and other things, that's why they are trying to negotiate these issues by imposing tariff and to also create using as a tariff barrier as a weapons to like the balancing their trade deficit with other countries. That is one measure. And the other hand is also a geopolitical, because the globe is now in completely a multipolar world. We are having the different like the particular in the last week the Shanghai conference that has taken place, that has given a signal like the due to trade and other issues, like the America is also very much against the color revolution. I mean, very much patronizing the color revolution in Russia, where anti-Russian movement is taking place in many East African countries. So that's why targeting the Russian allies, targeting the Chinese allies, that's how they're also using this tariff, like imposing 50% tariffs on India. It's also geopolitical move there, because India is purchasing Russian oil. So they're using this tariff as both as economic measure and also geopolitical weapons. So that's America at the moment, because their own economy is shrinking. But at the end of the day, my colleague Spanto also shared, like it gonna harm US citizens, because and 40% of the world economy, 40% of the world population is representing China, India, Russia, Brazil, these BRIC countries. And also 25% of the world, a quarter of the world economy is ruling these countries. So you cannot negotiate, you cannot battle these countries with only the tariff measures. And America's economy will be gonna harm, because the import that has taken place from these countries is actually serving US citizens. So they have to buy this product at higher rate, and they're gonna increase the inflation in America. So at the end of the day, American citizens gonna suffer with this kind of move, I think. So
huge emphasis on the reality